Hey love bugs, welcome back to another Tarot Lover Reviews. Today's video is a little bit different. This is a viewer requested video coming from Eleanor Danielson. Thank you so much, Eleanor, for your questions, your comments. I absolutely love them, and I'm glad that they help you in some way. My videos being that. Anyways, their question was, what Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck do I utilize to do my reviews, my comparisons for my reviews, and what guidebooks do I utilize or that I love to utilize with my tarot cards? So that is what we're going to talk about today. So let's just kind of get right into it. With the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, I'm going to show you, this is the first tarot deck that I ever purchased, and it's been over 20 years since I've purchased it. You can see the wear and tear, but it is the Albino White Tarot, okay? And it was, I think it's written, anyways, but it's by Frankie Albano, and I think it's because it's a different color. The colors are different in this tarot deck than the Rider-Waite tarot deck. The colors are different. Actually, I should just show you guys the differences. I know Eleanor had loved the backings of the tarot deck that I was using for my comparisons, and I just realized that they're all backwards. Anyways, the ones that you see in my videos that I use, the ones with the backings on this, that is the Rider-Waite or the Rider tarot deck. That is the one that I use. They're all pretty much same as far as imagery. It's still based off of the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. It's just the color schemes between this one and the Albino are different. So let me show you. I think the Emperor is probably the best. Yeah, the best example of what I can show you here. So for the Albino, this is what the Emperor looks like. The tones in this card is darker, right? And you'll see what I mean. And in the Albino, the cards on the back are white. Okay. And for the Rider-Waite, the Emperor looks like this, lighter tones. So there are a lot of different variations of the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot. It's just all colors. It just depends on how you feel about the certain colors that are used. So here's the side-by-side comparison on the Emperor. So you can see it's exactly the same. It's exact same person, seating position, everything. It's just the colors that change, right? So that's what you can find as far as differences. I'm used to the Albino tarot, but I mean, again, the imagery is no different between the two. It's just the color scheme, which I don't necessarily mention anyways in my review when it comes to the comparisons, because of course the color scheme is going to change with the different tarot decks that I review. So yeah, that is pretty much the difference. If there is a Rider-Waite tarot deck out there that you purchase and it doesn't look like this, chances are the colors used in that tarot deck is different. But yeah, I purchased the Albino tarot deck 20 plus years ago, and I bought it when I was in high school, and I bought it because I wanted to provide my best friend with some answers. She was concerned with her boyfriend at the time, and I pulled, I think that was the only time I ever pulled cards, and that was it. I pulled the cards, found out some stuff, told her turned out to be real. And we were like, I'm going to put this away because I don't know how I feel about that anymore. The fact that it was true, and I was really stuck and hung up on this whole ×3 thing. Like, it's going to come back to you ×3. Like, we did something bad. But it was nothing bad. Now that I look back on it, it wasn't anything bad. It was more of a, we need to understand what's going on, what is going on. We just need the truth. We just want the truth. That's it. So it wasn't like it was anything bad. We weren't doing anything bad. We were just trying to get some insight. We got that insight and it scared us. So that was it. Anyways, but yeah, those are the, well, technically it's this one. This is the tarot deck that I utilize whenever I'm showing you guys the size comparisons. I always use my page of cups. But yeah, this is from the Rider tarot deck. So that is what I have. And I have, I think I have, yeah, I have one other one. I'm going to show you guys this one. I don't think I'll ever really do a tarot review on this one. Maybe I will. If you guys want me to do a review on this one, I can. It's only because it's the imagery that it's still the same as the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. It's just the color schemes that differ. So I have this one called the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. And it is, again, exactly like the Rider-Waite-Smith. These are the backs. These have a glossy feel to them, and are a little bit thicker than the regular original Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck that is out there. The cardstock's a little bit thicker on this one. And definitely the tones used in this tarot deck is different from the original. So let me see if I can find that Emperor really quick for you guys. Here we go. Okay. So let me give you an example. Pull our Emperor out. Here's the Emperor again from the Rider Tarot deck. And here is the one from the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. So the colors on this one is, I feel like the colors on the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot is richer in color. Let me show you the Albino. Nope, that's the Hierophant. There we go. So we know that the Albino was darker in tones. Here is the Radiant Wise Spirit. So the tones in this one is richer. This one's still darker, obviously because of the clothes that the Emperor is wearing. I like the tones used in the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot compared to the ones that are used in the older versions. But then again, I mean, it's inevitable, really. With time, over time, the color scheme, the colors used within the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot is going to evolve and will catch more people's eyes that way than the original. And then the original may just catch their eyes. But yeah, I don't know if I showed you guys. I'm going to show you guys that back again. So that's what that back looks like, which I do enjoy. I like that backing. But yeah, I only have a couple. I think this is it. I don't have too many of the Rider-Waite tarot decks because, I mean, the imagery is the same. It's just the color that varies. The imagery is still the same. Yeah. So I don't buy too many different versions of the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck because it's the same imagery. It's just the colors that are different, and I like a more modern take on the same type of images, just updated, right? So those are the tarot decks that I use. And with the whole process of me reviewing my tarot decks that I do reviews on, I don't necessarily do a side by side. Like, I don't take the tarot deck that I'm reviewing and flip through each card to see the differences between the Rider-Waite-Smith. I have just seen the Rider-Waite-Smith cards so many times. I have been doing this for pretty much 4 years. And I know the imagery. I know, I know what to look for, basically, right? So I don't necessarily literally have them side by side when I'm doing that comparison and reviewing before I hop on a video and explain what I see. It's just, I will take the new tarot deck, I will review the cards and make my notes as far as what are the differences compared to a Rider-Waite-Smith, and that's what I relay back to you guys. So that is the tarot cards that I use for that comparison, or visually. So let's talk about the guidebooks. So when it comes to the guidebooks, in the beginning, I used several different guidebooks. I did not stick with just one guidebook. The reason being is because everyone has their own interpretation of the tarot and the tarot cards. So I loved to pick up different books from different places to absorb how people see these cards and how differently they see them from different perspectives, especially when I review the guidebooks in the tarot decks that I purchase. The artists are typically the authors of the guidebooks as well, and their take on each one of those cards, it's just another view of how I could see that particular card in tarot. So it's like I'm slowly gaining this list, this mental list of different ways I can view that tarot card. Are you seeing it from a dark place, a shadow, shadow work kind of place? Are you seeing it from a happy-go-lucky place? Are you looking at from a place of insight, insightfulness, spiritualist, like I need help finding my path kind of thing? Each guidebook speaks differently from a different perspective, and I love that. So I personally never stuck with one book. I purchased multiple books, and I would literally go through each individual book and look at that particular card that I was looking at to gain insight on different perspectives on how to see a particular card. And I used that information when I'm doing readings. I used that information to further gain insight on what the reading was trying to tell me by combining it with the other cards that were within that particular tarot spread. It has helped me tremendously in understanding how to read tarot. So that's how I have been able to learn reading tarot, is by reading from different people's perspectives and practice. So let's talk about the books that I have. Now, there's one particular book that I do not have with me currently, and that's only because I allowed my tattooer to use it as inspiration to make me a tarot deck, tattoo style. I think he's forgotten about it, but it's okay. I'm going to eventually ask for my book back. But that particular book that I have, it's from Biddy Tarot. You can find that on Amazon because that's where I purchased it. That book is huge. It is a huge book, very thick, and it has so much insight, it is amazing. It covers, career, love, finances, it just a general understanding of what that card is, upright, reversal. It's so much, it's a wealth of information in that guidebook. But if you look up Biddy Tarot in Amazon, you'll most likely find the guidebook within there. And I love that tarot book. I highlighted so many things within that book. I recommend that one for sure. The second one that I ended up getting was the Modern Witchcraft Book of Tarot by Sky Alexander. I like this book. I love the whole vibe of this book. The hardcover is beautiful, and you can see all my little tabby notes thingies in here, and it just feels like an old book put together. I loved it. I love it. I love the aesthetic of this book. And I will go in every now and then. There are some things in this book that has just been burned into my brain because of the way that Sky explains some of the cards. It's in a very modern tone, so I love this book as well. I found it very helpful. Again, combine it with the guidebook that comes with your tarot cards to gain an even greater insight. Another one that I got was the guided tarot. And this one I got from one of we call it Five Below here in the US. I don't know if that is available everywhere else, but you guys can look that one up. I think this one is also on Amazon if you're interested in that. And I enjoyed this one as well. I did end up utilizing this because it was easier to read and understand. And yeah, I found this to be very helpful, a very helpful book, a very affordable book. The last one that I have that I absolutely love and recommend is the Dusty White, the easiest way to learn tarot ever. This is fantastic. It's a workbook. It is a workbook, right? I didn't write in there. I followed along and I wrote it in a separate book because I didn't want to just write in it. I didn't want to write in it. I just feel weird about writing in books. But I love this book. This book gives you exercises. I believe it gives you a way to, I think there's a link in here somewhere or a website that you can go to listen to the audio class for this book. And he walks you through exercises on how you can learn how to read tarot, how you can form a story by just looking at the cards and seeing how they're flowing with all of each other. I love this book. I recommend this book. I went through this entire book. Like, it is insane. I cannot express that enough. So, yeah. Those are the books that I have utilized to learn tarot, to strengthen my tarot reading, and to help read the tarot cards. Yeah, that's what I got. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, majority of these books you should be able to find on Amazon. Even the tarot cards you should be able to find on Amazon. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. Again, thank you so much, Eleanor, for Eleanor, not Lenore, Eleanor, for bringing up these questions. I greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.